I'm more than 100 pounds down. Yes, I'm eating my protein. I'm also eating fats. I'm also eating carbs. All while still using Mounjaro to support me in my weight loss efforts. Today is going to be a what I eat in a day. Come along and see everything that I'm going to be having today. But first of all, before we get into that, just a quick recap. So I have been using Mounjaro to support me with my weight loss for 40 weeks now. I started in the summer last year, and today is the start of week 41. Today is going to be the last 10 milligram that I am using. So it's a very emotional day.
You have been the one. You have been the one for me.
My next pen is in the fridge, ready to go, and it is 12.5. I have been on 10 milligram for the longest time. It has done me really, really well, but I can feel that the effects and the support I'm getting has been diminishing, and so I felt like now was the time to go up. I have certainly not rushed up the doses, and I'm quite happy with the pace of how things are going. I've already weighed in this morning, and my weight this morning is 15 stone and 11, or 221 pounds, I think that is, which means that I have lost 3 pounds in the last week. I then have lost 105 pounds since I started using Mounjaro and really focusing on my health and fitness. So 105 pounds, I'm really happy. I'm also impatiently excited for the fact that I am now just 1 pound away from being overweight and no longer being in the obese BMI. Hopefully be hitting that next week. As it is Saturday morning, those of you who are returning will know that it should be a park run morning, and yes, I am prepped and ready to go. And because it's park run, I've not had any breakfast this morning. Now, I know there are different opinions around fasting or not fasting before doing any exercise. And I know that if I had something, it might give me a bit of extra energy to really push myself, get it to do that 5k run this morning. But I really, really don't like running with food in my stomach. So whenever I'm doing a park run, I'm always starting my day with a coffee nice and early so I can get things moving. And I've had some water, but that is it so far. And then after park run will be when I'll get started with my food for the day. But this is going to be a very realistic what I eat in a day. There's no gatekeeping here, and hopefully some inspiration or entertainment along the way. That was, as it is every Saturday when I do it, hard work. When does it get any easier? I'm waiting to see the email come through to see how I did this week in comparison. I feel like if anything I started off my park run a bit fast today, and then I felt a bit boxed in because there was like people with dogs and there was lots of different people around, so I was kind of stuck and had to kind of just maintain that for a while. And I think like the second half I definitely felt that because I was struggling a bit, but hopefully it'll balance out. Jesus. And then went and enjoyed the supermarket on a Saturday.
What the hell is wrong with you, boy?
Why? Why is everyone out on a Saturday? Like, I know that I'm one of those people, so I'm like, it might be a bit hypocritical, but I do work Monday to Friday, so it's not unusual that I would go at a weekend, but there are definitely people there who have plenty of opportunity to go shopping during the week. So I went into Morrison's and I got a few bits. What I actually went in for was some shredded lettuce, and yes, I'm well aware that I could have just bought one iceberg lettuce and shredded it myself. And then I was like, right, I'm treating myself, it's the weekend, I've done the park run, and I knew that this was recently released and I'd seen it and I thought, I really fancied it. So this will be my lunch for today, which is the spicy tuna dragon rolls from the Morrison's premium meal deal. So that in the meal deal, now I could have just got that, but I was like, wow, it's a meal deal, so I need to get the other bits even if I don't have them today. And that's something that I think has really sort of started to click for me, is that I don't have to buy food and it doesn't have to be eaten on the day. Previously, that food noise of being like, oh, well, I've got a sandwich, but I know I've got some crisps in the cupboard now and I know I've got a milkshake or whatever. But in the meal deal, I looked for what were the best options for some sides. I got a Arla protein shake, This one is raspberry and strawberry flavoured. It's not the sort of protein shake I normally get. I think this one's quite yoghurty. But this one is 20 grams of protein per bottle. It's 225ml. Per 100ml is 77 calories. So it's about, what, 160, 170 calories in that. And then I got a nomadic power pot, which is a vanilla flavoured low-fat yoghurt with protein granola, white chocolate with caramel pieces. I could have got some chicken chunks, I could have got some other bits, but I thought I'm getting a meal deal, these can go in the fridge and I'll have these at some point. I will look forward to having that as something that I don't have on a regular basis, but it'll be like a bit more of a treat. I also know that Dave's out at work a bit over the next week or so, so just to get some variety of different bits, I thought I'd get myself a fresh soup. I do love a fresh soup, and I know we're moving into kind of salad season, but this one was calling to me. So it's a Malaysian inspired chicken noodle soup. It's Morrison's The Best range. I think it was maybe like a 50p off offer, and per half a pot is 188 calories. It's red in a saturated fat, but you know, if I'm having half a pot of this for a lunch, I'm not going to be too concerned. And the final thing I bought, which wasn't on the shopping list, but as soon as I saw it, straight in my basket, was the Morrison's version of the Caesar salad kit. So obviously last week we had the Tesco's version, which really, really enjoyed. So it looks very, very similar. It's got your salad leaves, it's got the Caesar dressing, croutons, and it's got the Parmesan cheese. So it says just stir and serve, and half of a bag is 136 calories. So I thought to myself that I know tomorrow evening we are going over to Dave's mum's for a roast dinner, which I'm really looking forward to. But I do know that that's probably going to be a bit of a bigger eating day. So I thought, well, I can enjoy that tomorrow, and then Monday evening we will have this, and I'll cook up a couple of chicken breasts. So we'll have a bit of a lighter dinner, but can compare this to the Tesco's one, because honestly, that Tesco Caesar salad that we had the other day was so, so good. I think that's going to be a staple and be a recurring, featuring, starring guest in these videos over the summer. All in all, it came to like £9.50. That was using the Morrison's card to scan. This on its own would be £4. Right, let's put these away, figure out what I need to start with. A shower might help. and then crack on with our Saturday. First things first, I definitely need some hydration. So this is the strawberry liquid IV. Liquid IV being one of the different brands of electrolytes that I use. As I've said before, I don't always use liquid IV. I also use the Vitrate ones. I also use the different fizzy tablet ones. But if I've done some strenuous exercise, and believe me, today was very strenuous, then I do find a liquid IV just sorts me out. I am desperate for some food, so I'm gonna have these spicy tuna dragon rolls, and they're gonna be demolished. So this pack of spicy tuna dragon rolls is 293 calories, and it has 8.8 grams of protein. Oh my god, it smells so good. I know that sushi is not for everyone. Dave will certainly be happy to learn that I'm having this today and not when he's here. I'm not super adventurous, but I have some sushis. So California rolls, dragon rolls, things like this, which have either tuna or chicken or vegetables, I'm good with. Like anything which has like the raw fish, like is it sashimi? I could probably pass on that, but this, look, it's like a work of art. Honestly, let me show you. So it's not just your standard filling with rice wrapped around and a few sesame seeds. Look at this.
Wow.
Literally, guys, my mouth is watering. I can't wait. Wow.
Wow.
This is absolutely delicious. I do now need to get moving again because I definitely feel like my legs are going tight and I need to be a bit more flexible. I think I'm going to go for a quick walk around the block before I then go and carry on doing some editing upstairs. The weather has turned. The whole of the last week it was in glorious sunshine. Today it's overcast. It's very cloudy. The temperature has come down a good few degrees, and there is a strong chance of rain later this afternoon. So I figure let's go out now, have a quick walk around the block, just get maybe a couple of thousand steps done, get some fresh air, get a bit of that kind of recovery movement done before I then go and sit upstairs. I'm currently on literally just under 9,000 steps. So I'll go and do this walk and that should hit my 10,000 for the day nice and easy. And anything else after that is a little bonus. Guys, when I say I'm flagging, oh my goodness, I'm so tired. I have got no idea why, but I slept so badly last night. And then I woke up at 4 a.m. and I've been awake ever since. I think my Fitbit said about 5 hours of sleep last night, and I'm really feeling it right now. Sleep is so important. I'm going to yawn now, sorry. Sleep is really important. Sleep is important for rest. Sleep is important for your body maintaining itself, looking after itself. I also think sleep is so important when it comes to making good choices around things like diet. I know that if I'm tired, like I am today, that I'm going to be craving more of that instant fix, sweet stuff, fatty stuff, junk food. And that's even having taken my Mounjaro 10mg injection this morning. I'm still feeling like I could go off the rails. I'm not going to, and actually I'm looking forward to tonight's dinner. And in the meantime, instead, I'm going to treat myself to this. I picked this up from Morrison's the other day, not today, and it's been sat in the fridge. It's a Jimmy's iced coffee, but it's a cinnamon roll flavour one. It's a limited edition, and this was 79p, I think. It was on a savings, and let's have a look. So 250ml and 100ml provides 39 calories. So quick math, 39, 80, so 100 calories for this. I know it's not necessarily nutritional, but I think it's going to give me a little hit that I need, a little bit of a pick-me-up. Hopefully I'll feel a bit better afterwards, because I am really tired and could easily go and lie in a bed and have a nap. and I'm not a napper normally. Oh, okay. To start with, I wasn't getting any cinnamon roll. I wasn't sure what the flavour was that I was getting, but actually it is kind of there. It's fine. It will hopefully do its job. And alongside that, I'm also drinking a good old tumbler full of sugar-free squash. On a normal day, I probably have 3 or 4 of these of squash throughout the day. So this is, I think this is 750ml. So that's how I get most of my water for the day. And whilst we're chatting, I thought I'd quickly talk about calories out, because obviously what I eat in a day, whilst I don't normally track calories very specifically, I do have a broad understanding of calories in things, and I generally am aiming for between 15 to 1800 calories a day. But that's what works for me, and there's a whole number of factors that goes into that. And the main one is, what calories am I putting out, and what do I then need to be creating a deficit so that I am losing weight. So I will leave a link to this in the description for this video, but the way that I work out what my calories are is using my Fitbit, because that has a lot of it. Now that I've got those new Renpho scales, they've been really helpful, because now I have a accurate body fat percentage reading, which also goes into the calculations. And my body fat percentage right now is around 27%. I'd been guessing it was 50%, so I was quite happy with 27% to be honest. And then using those bits, I then use the TDEE, is your total daily energy expenditure. And that calculator, you put in some stats and then it tells you what your calorie burn will be for the day and gives you an average for the week. So for me, I am 39 years old, I am male, I'm 6 foot, I weigh 221 pounds. My body fat percentage, as I say, was 27, and I've put in that I do moderate exercise. Moderate exercise is classes 3 to 4 times a week, so that felt like it kind of fit. I do spin 3 times a week. I am walking and stuff as well, but I think spin 3 times a week, and then a park run on a Saturday. And then putting all those details in, it then tells me what my maintenance calories are. So to maintain the weight I am now, I would be needing 3,023 calories. That's with the exercise level across the week as I put it in as. That gives me a weekly calories of 21,164. So if I was to go back to being sedentary, my daily calories would be 2,341 to maintain the weight. So that's like 700 calories a day difference just from the exercise that I'm doing. If I was to increase my exercise even further, then my calories per day to maintain the weight goes up. Hold please. 2, 2, 1. I should say that when you are putting those details in, you don't have to put in your body fat percentage, although it does then say that the calories based on the Katz-McArdle formula, which is widely known to be the most accurate when body fat is provided. It then goes on to give you some other stuff around what your ideal weight bracket might be based on different formulas. And then scrolling down, it gives you what your calories and your macronutrients, so your proteins, your fats and your carbs, would be if you were looking to maintain, to bulk or to cut. Cutting being losing weight. So for me, if I wanted to lose 1 pound a week consistently, then I'm obviously needing to create a 500 calories per day deficit. And that would give me a calories for each day of being 2,523. So from my 3,000, let's just call it 3,000, with 23 calories and neither here nor there. So from the 3,000 calories per day to maintain the weight I am now, that's why I tend to aim for between 15 and 18, because then I'm going to consistently be seeing a 2 to 3 pounds per week loss. So I'm quite happy with that. And 15 to 1800 calories does not feel like I'm feeling deprived. It does not feel like I am having to really cut back. Now, day to day, I'm not too fixated on calories. I'm not usually tracking as much as I am for the video because I want to share exactly what it is. We do meal plan for the week and I think that really helps. It also means that some days I know that I'm going to be eating more and other days then potentially a bit less. So I think having a weekly meal plan really helps. And I have said before, Dave, my husband, I'm very, very thankful that most of the time he's doing the cooking. He'll plan the meal plan for our evening meals. And then we then go, oh, actually I might have this instead, or can we change these things? And he's doing videos, sharing regularly the shopping hauls and the meal plans for the week. He's not on Mounjaro, he's not needing to lose weight in the same way that I am, but he still includes all of that information because my health goals and my wanting to lose weight is a large part of our weekly planning. If you're interested, then do go and check it out, and if you like it, then be sure to subscribe. 5:20 and I'm still awake, so honestly so tired. But let's go on and cook some dinner. And yes, I know I'm cooking dinner for a change. Normally I'm very lucky Dave does most of the cooking. To be fair, I'm not going to over egg it because this is a fairly easy one to do. Tonight we're going to have this Vivera kebabs. This is a plant-based, high in protein Greek style kebab. Literally love this stuff. I'm not going to lie to you and say it's exactly the same as having a dirty dollar kebab. But if you want a kebab and you want all the fixings, you want the lettuce, you want I do it with some yogurt with some mint sauce in and some hot sauce. Served on these plain naans with a few chips on the side. It's a very significant, substantial meal, very tasty. And my mouth's just watering thinking about it. So I'm going to get on and cook this. Fair to say that dinner was a success, clean plates all around, but there is still a little bit of space for something a bit sweet. That's where I get to talk to you about Supreva. So Isabel from Supreva messaged me a little while ago now and said that she would love to send me some to try. So I said, yeah, brilliant, really happy to give it a try. Obviously, if I like it, then I'll be happy to talk about it. If I don't like it, then we'll pretend it never happened. And the fact that I'm talking to you about it tells you that I quite like this. So this flavour powder can be used in replacement of using sugar for sweetening or giving a flavour. There are 3 different flavours you can get. There's a chocolate one, there's a vanilla cream, and I went for the Butter Biscuit. And honestly, it tastes really good. So contained in here, you've got a little scoop. Look, it's really not a very big scoop at all. And half of one of these goes a long, long way. A single serving of this is only 4 calories, barely nothing. And yet the flavour you get is so strong. I don't know how she does it. I think it must be magic. So we've tried this a few times with yoghurt. Dave had some in his porridge the other day. He had a plain porridge pot that he needed using up. So I was like, try this, and seemingly he enjoyed it. You can also use this in hot drinks, cold drinks, or baking. Now, you're not going to see much baking from me. I can certainly scoop some of this and stow it into some yoghurt, and it's just delicious. And just to confirm, no one has paid me for this. It was sent to me for free to try. The good news is, when I then said, yeah, I really like it, I'd be happy to talk about it, Zepbound have set up an exclusive savings code for you. So if you want to get some flavour powder from Zepbound for yourself, you can go to the link in the description, use the code ROB15, which will give you 15% off your first order. 15%, I was quite happy about that. And then after that, for your second, third, fourth, fifth order, as many orders afterwards, use ROB10 and you'll get 10% off. So an extra 5% off that first one. But honestly, I would not be talking about this if I did not think that it was A, a good product, and B, something that you might be interested in supporting you with your weight loss in the same way it supports me. Thank you very much, Zepbound.
Thank you. Oh.
So because I'm not calorie counting strictly, I don't use any of the apps. I don't use NutriCheck. I don't use MyFitnessPal. I have used MyFitnessPal in the past. So I had to manually go through and try and count up all of the calories from today, which I think is just shy of 1,400. So still just under what I said I was aiming for, which was between 1,500 and 1,800. However, I have got in my hand a little Kit Kat just to finish off the day, and that will take me to a nice round 1,500. So this is one of the orange Kit Kats. Honestly, I'm such a Kit Kat fiend. Both Dave and I are. We are always getting these Kit Kats, and for 104 calories just to finish off the day with that little bit of sweet before brushing our teeth and getting ready for bed. And this will be the very last thing that I have for today. So that is a very realistic, very unfiltered, very unaesthetic look at what I eat in a day, having lost over 100 pounds in 9 months since starting with Mounjaro. So I'm sure there are plenty of things that I could do better. I could swap this for, some fruit, for example. I could have more bits I could have not had for chips. You could swap the naan for a wrap and save some calories. But you know what? I've had a very good day of eating. I've eaten things that I've really enjoyed. It's sustainable. It's not felt like a diet. Let me know in the comments any thoughts or reactions that you had from watching this today. And I will see you again soon for another video. Alright, bye.